Hi, this is Greg from Retro Manufacturing. Today what we're going to do is show you a quick unboxing of our Motor 2A and our Retro Radio face. First we're going to show the unboxing of them. We have our motor and our display face. First we'll show you the display face. This is our chrome Retro Radio face. It's going to come with the hardware to assemble it to the motor, a set of shafts controls, quick instruction guide, as well as the face itself. Again, chrome face. The motor is going to be the main part of the unit is our motor. That's the brains of the unit. It's going to have the main motor, which is like I said, the brains of the outfit, does everything we want it to do. She gives us all of our feature sets. We're going to have a main harness, a harness that wires into your vehicle, a microphone for the Bluetooth operation so you do hands-free calling, a hardware pack, which we'll kind of break into here in a moment, some various spacers that you would use on some installs, not in all installs. A little note on the product that you have in here, not everything is used for every install. So the unit also comes with our Infinimount brackets and a back strap, very important. So first process of this is make sure we have all our parts, 2 Infinimount brackets. We're going to have our radio face, motor to our display. We're going to take and make sure that we take the ribbon cable from out of the motor body and make sure it's connected back in here and then connect it to the back of our display. It's just going to be a quick snap in plug. It snaps in. We're going to tuck that in. We're going to line it up on the grooves right here. Those go in. Then we're going to add the screws to the sides. Those came in our Retro Radio face box. The small screws, they're very small, so what we've done is we've separated and put them in this little orange bag that keeps them separate from everything else. There's 4 little screws in there, right there, handy and available. These are there's going to be 2 on each side. Just like that. So now our display, our Retro Radio face is now connected to our Motor 2A. The next step is we're going to add our Infinimount brackets and our shafts. The Infinimount brackets give us the ability to mount the shafts to the side of the radio, and it's adjustable. We have 4 places here as well as 4 here, and they're keyed so we can move it forward and back and up and down if we need to. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and mount the brackets to the side of the radio. We're going to use the hardware pack that came with the radio. There's going to be eight machine screws so we can set the radio up and mount both brackets on the side. So these are easiest way. Set the bracket where you want it to be, and we can make fine-tune adjustments later as need be, and we'll show you that in a little bit. Again, these need to just be in snug. We don't need to over tighten anything or go too far. We're just looking for security. This way, if we don't go too tight, we can slide this bracket forward and back for our needs. Kind of slides back and forth. We're going to set a couple more screws in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag these a little bit forward, mount it to the side of the radio. We'll repeat the process on the other side with the other bracket. All right. Both brackets are mounted to the side of the radio. We're in our shaft. Before we go much further, we want to do one thing first. We be sure that we have the push buttons are along the bottom of the radio. We want to check to be sure that we have the RetroSound logo and the serial number is facing up in reference to our push buttons. If we have it the other way, our controls won't match. So now we're going to put our shafts together to put them onto here. These came in the RetroRadio face box. So always a good idea to do this is always take one of the shafts you have, take the shaft nuts, let's set a few out. We're going to run one nut down on the shaft with one washer. This will give us our forward and back adjustment on the shaft. So we're going to set this through the radio. Add a washer and a nut. And just snug these down finger tight for now, because we're going to want to be able to adjust these later. On the side, we're going to take the connector, so the RJ11 jack, undo that. And it's going to snap into the side of the radio right there. Make sure you hear it click and snap in firmly. That way we know we got a good connection. And then we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Get a nut down there first, a washer, slide it through, washer, and then one more shaft nut. As you guys can see, that I have a lot of extra nuts and washers, because we're not going to need all of them for every install. Now once we have this basic assembly, we'll snap in our other side. So shafts are in place, snap firmly into the radio, both brackets are on side and firmly into the radio. On most installs, a little adjustment trick on this is when you look at the radio, you have where the rear knob's going to go and where the front knob's going to go. What I always like to do is take my rear nut that's right back here. I'm just going to loosen this one a couple turns. And I'm going to bring this one back a little bit so I can adjust this up so this thread is about even with this. And again, we don't need to make these extremely tight, just finger tight so there's a little bit of movement, but not too much. All right. We're going to adjust the other one just a little bit so they're matching as close as we can get it. This adjustment, your car is going to dictate this. But once you get in your car, you'll make some measurements and you'll slide it in from the back and you'll see if that'll work. So essentially, your RetroSound radio, motor 2A, RetroRadio face now is attached. Again, double check, be sure, shafts are snapped in firmly, both sides. Your shafts are enough room to come through your dash, so this will be a flush fit. Push buttons on the bottom, RetroSound logo on top. Rule of thumb is to adjust the shaft so you have the threaded part just about even with the front of the display. So if these are just about even, when it comes through most dashes from the back side, like our display here, this will come in from the back. We'll get our shafts and our knobs will sit close to the dash. Our bezel and our display will come just through the dash to be as nice and flush as possible. The other thing we want to mention real quick, when the radio's in the dash, we don't want to support it only by the shafts. We want to be sure we add a back strap to it to secure it. So we're going to add our nut to the back. The back strap is going to fit onto this, whichever way works best for your install. You'll put one of the washers on there and a nut to secure it. So once we have the back strap on, nice and secure, once you get in the back of your dash, you can take this piece and manipulate it to mount to a good solid piece in the dash. So the radio is held from the back of this as well as the shafts, not letting the shaft support the whole weight of the radio. So once your basic radio is assembled, you're going to do, once we move to the car, we'll add the bezel and the knobs. We'll also need to be sure we know that we have to route our Bluetooth microphone that'll be usually up in a high spot on the car, up by the windshield or even on a visor, and route this down, plug it into the back of the radio's microphone input, as well as we'll want to have the main wiring harness ready. Get that out so you can see what that looks like. We have a main harness that's going to plug into the back of our radio. Nice firm plug in. And then the additional harnesses, these wire into your vehicle. You're going to wire one for power and grounds, our constant, ignition, ground, and 2 turn-ons, one for amplifier turn-on, one for power antenna output, and then your 4 speaker outputs. A couple notes, all our radios do need an ignition input as well as a constant to maintain memory and help power the amplifier. And our radio will run 4 speakers. We have right, left, front, rear speaker sets that you can use. If you're only using 2 speakers or even 1, make sure you take these, the wires you're not using, say we're only not going to use the rears, we'll cap these off individually so they won't short out anywhere. Once your radio is assembled, the last part you'll need to do before you install it into your dash, this simulates our dash, we want to add our bezel and our knobs. The knobs will go in after, but once the radio is assembled, you have your shafts where you'd like them to be. We're going to take our bezel. Our bezel is the trim plate that actually makes the RetroSound radio the right size for your application in your dash. So this actually is just a press fit. It'll slide over the front of the radio. We'll just push it down firmly. So now it sits, it's nice and flush and level in here. Then this assembly will actually come in through the back of our dash, and this trim will be all you see, the push buttons and the trim. Once the radio is through the dash, and we have our look here, we'll add our knobs. Knobs are added on after you tighten everything tight. One nut, washer, hold it in place. The knobs will go on at the very end. Just press them into place. Our bezel in place, ready to install in the car. At this point, our radio has been assembled, ready to put in your car. Thanks for watching today. If you have any questions, please, you can look at the label that came in your motor. It says your stop tag, and it has our email address and our tech support line. Call us if you have any questions. We're always there, happy to help. If you need anything, please let us know. Thank you.